The story of money. Have you ever held money in your hand and asked a simple question? Why does this paper have value? Long ago, people did not use coins or bills. They traded food, animals, and tools. So, how did we move from fish and corn to coins, banks, and digital money? This story will surprise you. 1. Life before money, the barter system. Long ago, people did not have money. There were no coins and no paper bills. People got what they needed by trading goods. This system was called barter. A farmer had corn, a fisherman had fish. The farmer wanted fish and the fisherman wanted corn. So they made a trade. Both people felt happy because they got food. But barter had many problems. Sometimes the farmer did not need fish. Sometimes the fisherman wanted something else. It was also hard to decide value. How much corn was equal to one fish? After barter caused many problems, people looked for a better way to trade. 2. The birth of money, early forms of value. They needed something that everyone wanted and accepted. This thing had to be easy to carry and easy to store in different places. People chose different items. Some groups used shells, others used beads or small stones. Many people used metals like copper, silver, or gold. These objects did not have value by themselves. They had value because people agreed on their worth. Everyone in the community trusted them for trade. This shared agreement was very important. It was the beginning of money. 3. Commodity money, money with real value. As trade grew, people began using commodity money. Commodity money was money made from things with real value. These were items people needed or wanted in daily life. Gold and silver became very popular. They were rare, beautiful, and lasted a long time. They did not break or go bad. Because of this, people trusted them. Other places used different items. Some people used copper for trade. In some regions, people used salt. Salt was important for food and health. In Africa, ivory from elephants was also used. Commodity money worked better than barter. However, it had problems. Gold and silver were heavy to carry. They were also hard to divide into small pieces. Different regions used different items, so trade was still difficult. 4. The invention of coins, official money. Commodity money helped trade, but it still had problems. People needed money that was easier to use and more trusted. This need led to the invention of coins. Around 2,700 years ago, the ancient kingdom of Lydia created the first coins. Lydia is in what is now modern Turkey. The rulers of Lydia made coins from gold and silver. Each coin had an official mark from the government. This mark showed that the coin was real and valuable. People trusted these coins. They knew the metal inside was pure. The government promised that each coin had a fixed value. Because of this promise, trade became faster and safer. Other civilizations quickly copied the idea. The ancient Greeks made beautiful coins from gold and silver. The Romans used bronze and silver coins. They put pictures of leaders and symbols on their coins. Coins were easy to carry and easy to divide. They worked so well that they became the standard form of money for many centuries. 5. Paper money, a revolutionary idea. Coins were useful, but they were heavy and difficult to carry. As trade grew, people needed a lighter and safer form of money. This led to one of the most important inventions in history, paper money. Paper money was first used in China around the 9th century. At that time, many merchants traveled long distances. Carrying bags of heavy coins was dangerous. Bandits could attack and steal their money. To solve this problem, merchants used paper notes. These notes were promises. A note said that real coins were stored safely in one place. The paper could later be exchanged for metal money. Soon the government saw the benefit of this system. It began issuing official paper money. People trusted the notes because the government promised their value. Paper money was light, easy to carry, and flexible. However, it also had risks. If a government printed too much paper money, it lost value. This taught people an important lesson: money needs careful control. 6. Banking and credit, trust in numbers. As money systems grew more complex, banks became very important. A bank is a place where people store money safely. Instead of keeping gold or paper at home, people trusted banks. Banks did more than store money. They began lending money to people and businesses. This idea is called credit. When a bank lends money, it expects the money back later. The extra money paid is called interest. Credit helped economies grow. A farmer could borrow money to buy tools. A merchant could start a business. Factories could grow larger and hire more workers. Money slowly became numbers instead of objects. A person did not need coins in hand. They only needed an account at a bank. People trusted these numbers because they trusted the bank. However, banking also created inequality. Some people could borrow money easily. Others could not access banks or credit. Still, banking became essential for modern trade and growth. 7. The gold standard, money backed by gold. For many years, countries wanted money to be stable and trusted. This led to the gold standard. Under this system, paper money could be exchanged for gold. People believed in paper money because gold had real value. Great Britain was the first country to officially adopt the gold standard in 1821. Other countries followed. By the 1800s, many major economies used this system. It made international trade easier and more stable. The gold standard had clear rules. A country could only print money if it had enough gold. This prevented governments from printing too much money. However, the system had serious problems. During wars, governments needed more money, but they could not print it freely because of gold limits. The Great Depression in 1929 made things worse. Countries could not print enough money to help people. Because of these crises, countries slowly abandoned the gold standard. Even so, it shaped how we think about money today. 8. Fiat money, money based on trust. After the gold standard ended, countries needed a new kind of money. This money is called fiat money. Fiat money is not backed by gold or silver. It has value because the government says it has value. People may ask a simple question: why does paper have value if it is not gold? The answer is trust. People trust the government and agree to use the money. In 1971, the United States made a big decision. President Richard Nixon announced that the dollar was no longer linked to gold. This gave the government more freedom to manage the economy. Central banks became very important. A central bank controls how much money is in the system. It tries to keep prices stable and support jobs. However, fiat money has risks. If too much money is printed, prices rise. This is called inflation. When inflation is high, money loses value. Fiat money works only when trust is strong and management is careful. 9. Electronic money, digital transactions. Technology changed money again. Money moved from paper into computers. This is called electronic money. You cannot touch it, but it is real. Banks use computers to store account balances. Instead of writing numbers on paper, they store them digitally. People began using cards to pay. Credit cards and debit cards became common. Electronic money made life easier. People could transfer money quickly. They could pay bills online and shop on the internet. Employers could send salaries directly to bank accounts. Electronic money is fast and convenient. You do not need to carry cash. If a card is lost, it can be blocked. You can see all transactions on your phone. However, electronic money has risks. Cybercriminals try to steal digital money. Banks must protect systems carefully. People must protect passwords. Security is now as important as money itself. 10. Cryptocurrency, money without banks. In 2009, a new form of money appeared. It was called Bitcoin. It was very different from other money. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency does not use banks. It is not controlled by governments. Instead, it uses a system called blockchain. A blockchain is a public record of transactions. When someone sends Bitcoin, computers around the world check the transaction. Once approved, it is added to the blockchain. The record cannot be changed. This makes cryptocurrency secure. Cryptocurrency works across borders. You can send money anywhere in the world quickly. The fees are often lower than banks charge. However, cryptocurrency has problems. Its price changes very fast. People can gain or lose money quickly. Because of this, many people see it as risky. Cryptocurrency shows how money can exist without banks. 11. Money and power. Who controls money? Money is not just a tool for buying things. Money is also about power. The person or group that controls money often controls society. In most countries, the government controls money. It decides how money is created and how it is used. Governments collect taxes in money. They use this money to pay workers, build roads, and run schools. Money is also used in wars. Governments need large amounts of money to buy weapons and supplies. They pay soldiers and support armies with money. Because of this, money and power are closely connected. When money is managed well, society can grow, jobs increase, and people live better lives. But when money is managed badly, problems appear, prices rise, savings disappear, and people suffer. Poor money decisions often hurt ordinary people the most. They may lose jobs or struggle to buy food. This shows an important truth: money is not neutral. It reflects power, choices, and responsibility. 12. Inflation and crisis. When money loses value, money is useful only when it keeps its value. When money loses value, people lose trust. This problem is called inflation. Inflation happens when prices rise. With the same amount of money, people can buy less. Yesterday, one bill bought bread. Today, the same bill buys only half. Inflation often happens when too much money is created. If money grows faster than goods and services, prices rise. Savings lose value over time. People feel anxious and uncertain. In extreme cases, inflation becomes very serious. This is called hyperinflation. Money can become almost worthless. People may carry bags of money to buy simple food. During these times, people stop trusting money. They may trade goods again or use foreign money. This hurts the economy deeply. Because of this danger, money must be controlled carefully. Central banks try to control inflation. Their goal is to keep money stable. Without stability, money cannot serve society. 13. Money and human behavior. Why we trust money. Money exists because people believe in it. A piece of paper has no value by itself. It becomes valuable only when people agree to use it. This agreement is based on trust. People trust that others will accept the money tomorrow. They trust that the system will continue to work. Without trust, money fails. Money strongly affects human behavior. People work long hours to earn it. They make big decisions because of money. Money can create happiness, stress, hope, or fear. Sometimes people save money for security. Sometimes they spend it to feel successful. Money often influences relationships and choices. In this way, money is a shared story. Everyone agrees to believe in the same system. As long as people believe, money works. If belief disappears, money becomes useless. This has happened many times in history. Understanding money means understanding people. Money is not just economics. It is psychology, trust, and human behavior. 14. The future of money. Money has changed many times in history, and it will continue to change. The future of money will look very different from today. Technology is the main reason for this change. One important development is digital money from governments. This is called a central bank digital currency, or CBDC. A CBDC is digital money issued by a central bank. It is different from cryptocurrency because the government controls it. CBDCs could make payments faster and safer. People could send money directly to each other without banks in between. Artificial intelligence will also change money and banking. AI can help banks detect fraud more quickly. It can analyze spending habits and help people manage money better. AI systems can make financial services cheaper and more efficient. Financial inclusion is another important goal. Many people in the world do not have bank accounts. With digital money and mobile phones, more people can join the financial system. A person may only need a phone to send and receive money. This can help reduce poverty and support small businesses. The future of money also raises environmental concerns. Some forms of digital money, like cryptocurrency, use a lot of energy. This can harm the environment. Because of this, new systems are being developed to use less electricity. Banks are also trying to use less paper and energy. Blockchain technology may be used for more than money. It can help prove ownership of land or property. It can show that products are real and not fake. Money will always be needed, but its form will keep evolving. 15. Conclusion: money keeps evolving. Money is one of humanity's most powerful inventions. It is not just a tool for buying and selling, but a system built on shared belief and cooperation. As societies grow more complex, money changes to meet new needs and new challenges. Technology, trust, and human behavior now shape how money works more than physical objects do. In the future, money will move faster, become more invisible, and reach more people than ever before. New systems will continue to appear, some successful and some forgotten. What matters most is not the form money takes, but how wisely it is designed and used. Understanding money helps us understand ourselves. It shows how people organize society, solve problems, and build connections. The form of money will keep changing, but the human need behind it will remain. The story of money is not finished. It continues with every choice we make. Money will keep changing, but its purpose remains the same. It helps people trade, grow, and connect. The story of money is not finished. It is still being written every day,